Now, matches, things can change. You know, you can be in there. This is one of my favorite things about being a professional wrestler and wrestling live. This is why I try to tell a lot of these youngsters that like to spend 3 hours putting together their 8-minute TV match. Dude, on live television, things change. And there have been many, many times. You ask any pro wrestler who's had an extended career that worked on live television for any company, sometimes they tell you got 12 minutes and you get out there, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, what's running long, what went short, and you lose time. And you, hey man, I got a 12-minute match, and you get out there and the referee has the earpiece and he says, hey, you guys lost 3 minutes. So now, whatever you had worked out, you have to figure out, where do we shave those 3 minutes from? Where do we go home? Sometimes you gain time. You put together an 8-minute TV match. You guys picked up another segment. Well, I've only got 7 minutes of stuff worked out. You know, like,
We better repeat.
what do we do now? You know, one of my favorite stories from having, you know, to illustrate what real time does. This was back during the original NXT with the coaches and the pros, back when it was live. And it was a match with me versus Cody Rhodes. Cody and I had been working the live events all for several weekends. So we were very familiar with each other's stuff. And you know, we were at that point in our careers with our confidence and ability that we didn't talk about a lot. We would lay out like an outline for the match, and then there'd be a lot of improv, especially for live events, because, you know, you got the house crowd, there's no cameras, you can play around a little bit. You test things on live events, let's see how this works out. Sometimes things, oh, that was good. Let's do that again. Sometimes, it didn't go quite the way I thought it would. And, you know, working a match with Cody, he's just a great guy, great worker. So we, that day, they kept changing our time all afternoon, how much time we had for our match. We had 15 minutes, and they said, hey, you guys got 10 minutes, or you guys got 12 minutes. And they just kept changing the time. We didn't know. So we're the main event of the NXT show. It's live. And Cody went out first. And I remember, I want to say it was, oh man, I think it was Lillian Garcia that was doing the announcing. In my head, that's what I hear. I just remember hearing, Cody Rhodes. And then Laurinaitis says, hey kid, come here. Like, what's up? He goes, I need 2 break spots. Now, originally, I was supposed to go up in the match. I was supposed to beat Cody. And whatever reason, they decided that at this point, I was still up. But instead of the 12 or whatever minutes we had, now we had 3 segments because they scrapped whatever else they were going to do. A segment is roughly 8 minutes. And then you got 2 minutes of commercial time. Now, for you at home, you're going to get a sandwich, going to the bathroom. But for the people in the arena, we're still working through those 2 minutes.
Okay.
So we went from having 12 or 15 minutes to now having 3 segments. 8, 16, 24, plus 2 and 2.
And Cody doesn't know anything.
Cody has no idea that this just happened. Cody's out there mentally prepared for the 10, 12, or whatever we had. He has no idea. So usually, if you're watching wrestling, you'll notice that before they go to break, usually something big happens. You know, there's a big double down, or somebody goes over the top, or there's something, and, you know, all right, we go to break. And then when they come back, they'll show you what happened during the break, you know. And so they needed 2 break spots. And I'm like, all right, 1 break spot, I remember I said it was a superplex. And the other one, I don't remember what it was, but I gave him 2 break spots. Cody, again, clueless, no idea. I go out there and I do my entrance. The referee comes over and the referee says, I see, I already know. Tell Cody this is the first break spot, and this is the second break spot. So the referee goes over and he's talking to Cody. And from across the ring, I hear, you know, the referee's talking to Cody and patting him down and doing his stick. And I hear Cody go, what the fuck? He's like, hey, man, we're going to get through this. Right. We're going through the match. And like I said, Cody and I had great chemistry. So there was no panic at all. we're fine. We're just going to work. And we get through everything, and we're going through the comeback. MVP is supposed to beat Cody. So Cody's bumping and feeding for me. I'm going through the comeback. I grab Cody. I put my leg over the back of his neck. I grab his hand to hit the playmaker. And the referee says, Vince says Cody's up. Vince says Cody's up.
Oh, no.
We're seconds to going off the air, live. Cody's underneath my leg. I'm about to hit my finishing move. This match is over. And from underneath my leg, I hear, what the fuck? And I just said, Cody reverses Cross Rhodes, because we worked with each other enough.
Okay.
And he knew how to go through and do the reversal. And so he came through the reversal, boom, hit the Cross Rhodes, 1, 2, 3. Cody wins. We come back through the curtain. Vince takes off the headset and he's laughing.
It's just a game?
That shit was funny as hell to him. He thought it was hysterical.
Oh, no.
But if we had fucked that up, he would not have been laughing. It wouldn't have been funny at all.
Damn.
That's why I tell these young guys, you have to learn how to work.